11B, Paisley. Now that I was back at Og Manor, there were considerably less trips to Siren Cove. The mood grew increasingly somber, with Alira's brooding and her empath abilities growing. We determined it would be best for the household to continue to make frequent visits to the cove to see Fenton. I frequently reminded everyone that Fenton was my friend, but the argument fell on deaf ears. It was clear that Fenton and I had lost much of our closeness, since he was always wrapped up in Alira, and I started to wonder if her powers had something to do with it as well. This go-around, we made the trip without Cadence, which felt a little selfish, but I too was hoping to have some quality time with my friend. I sat on the front steps of Siren Cove and watched as Alira and Fenton flirted at the stables, paying me no mind. I grew enraged at the sight of them together, peacefully unaware of my jilted emotions. My mind conjured up fantasies of slithering a tendril over and tripping Alira. "Hey, Paisley," came a voice from behind me, snapping me back to reality. "What are you doing?" It was Ophelia from the tutelage. "You've got a pretty long reach with those vines of yours," she stated. "Hi, Ophelia." "Wait, what?" I asked, confused and growing pink at the sight of her. I snapped back to attention just in time to see a lone tendril approaching Alira. I tried to recall it, but it was too late. The vine swept up underneath Alira, knocking her off balance and right into Fenton's arms. Fenton frantically assisted Alira in righting herself and never noticed the vine slinking away from whence it came. So enamored was he in caring for his precious Alira that the entire fantasized plan backfired. Now I was stuck trying to explain my motives to Ophelia, who must think the worst of me. Sibling issues," she queried, waving the whole instance away as if I didn't just intend to flatten my sister's face into the ground. I smiled and nodded in agreement. We both laughed as she sat beside me. "What are you doing here? Have you come for the orientation of the academy?" I asked. Grandfather finally put everything in order for Tigerton Magus Academy and was hosting orientation this week. I had been hoping to catch Ophelia at the school, but this was even better. "Yes, my mother and brother came out with me from Cleardale to check out the school. It is too wonderful an opportunity for us to not pass up." I tried to hang on to Ophelia's every word, but I was too caught up in her proximity and her cute little dimple when she smiled to keep focused. "Aw, that's a neat trick," she said, as she pulled a pale pink flower from my hair. I reached up to find many newly formed flowers blooming all over my head. "Isn't it?" I agreed, trying to play it off as intentional. "This one I just learned recently," I stated, trying my best not to lie. "The colors look great against your dark hair, too," Ophelia said. "So what dastardly deed did your sister do to earn her comeuppance?" she asked. I grinned and briefed her on the utter betrayal of stolen friendship. We sat there talking as we watched Fenton swooning over Alira and pampering her brief tumble. Ophelia carried on about her brother Raylan and all his bothersome shenanigans. Turns out that she too has a devious prank side when it comes to her brother. "Tomorrow is orientation at the academy, and I've no doubt you will be amazing. I bet you will make plenty of new friends and rivals. I wish I was joining you, but we have put so much into the tutelage that I can't back down now," I admitted. The flowers in my hair started to fall out as my thoughts darkened a little with sadness. Ophelia's eyes caught the flowers, and realization passed over her of my mood. I would need to suppress my emotions better around her. "Good news, though," Ophelia stated in an attempt to cheer me up. "Raylan and I will be hosted out here with a local family until my parents can prepare our permanent move from Cleardale. We will both be attending your grandfather's academy." My eyes lit up with excitement at the prospect of living so close. "We also have all summer together before school starts." This news greatly improved my spirits, and we spent the rest of our visit discussing the many things we had in common. This summer would be amazing.